but now it's the word. I bring it paper from the first to the third. They count me out.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Texans in the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA. Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Hooper. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless. That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They run the toss now with Gibson.
Able to power through. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now it's Wilson. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cards are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line.
Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A give for Taylor running right side.
They find some open field here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Let's go. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Got a man here. It's Roberts. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
Trucks over him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. From the gun, it's Taylor. Powers through him. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit. Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for. He's
got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Santos with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go play action with Wilson.
They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
Only able to gain a couple there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. I've worked with you long enough now to know you like that decision. Go save pressure coming, hit your guy underneath.
It's an excellent decision, but he knew it came with consequences. And that's him getting hit on the play, but able to dump it to his running back and gain some yardage. I like it, especially his ability to stay in the pocket and execute.
And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. Texans football to start quarter 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
He's got it. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, past the 20, 10... And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. How about that for a momentum swing? You had a goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team, because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers it on the scoreboard.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
Houston's offense taking over again.
And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
On second down, a run with Gibson. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he coughed it up. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Goff's throw pulled in by Roberts here.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Bulldozes past him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, here's Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Taylor. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jonathan Taylor, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Play action. Now Wilson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And here's a give to Gibson. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gibson.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes. Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Joejuan Williams. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that, because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Goff. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Goff. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and 3. A A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson.
And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we reach halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he rifles one incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Hines. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Mike 42, Mike 42. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now Haskins to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Another run with Gaskin. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Hines now on the return. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And they'll start on the ground with Hines. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Santos' kick is up and through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. There are 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On the handoff, it's Gaskin powering forward and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Still 9 remaining on second down. They run again with Hines. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
On first down, it's Hines. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. They've been trying.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Stidham. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you try not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Stidham. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Stidham to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Stidham on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They begin the drive with Hines. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run on first down. Hines, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. Dances by him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 65 yards on the ground for him so far. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They run with Hines. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.